Hello, welcome to this week's live weekly warm-up. Let me make sure that everything's working. Yep, it looks like we are live and going. I think this is going to be a great one. This actually comes from something that I shared in the Quick Start Clarinet community on Facebook, and it was another Facebook post that I saw from a great page, the Digital Clarinet Academy. They're really awesome and have had some amazing guest artists teaching some really awesome classes sort of over the pandemic. I think they started like early 2020, or at least that's the first time that I saw them. But it's really great page and a great program. And this was a great warm-up that they shared. So I couldn't resist doing it because y'all know how much I love warm-ups. So what this exercise is actually a Klose technique exercise. It comes from the Klose method book. But I love how they describe how to do that, and I'm going to demonstrate how to do that and sort of the reasoning behind it. If you haven't seen the post, then click in the description on this video. If you're on Instagram, there's no description in the video with a link for you to click on. But if you check out the stream on Facebook, the links are there, or also on YouTube, the links are in the description. But it's just number 19 from the Klose. I'm not sure which page it's on. It sort of varies from edition to edition. But it's this really great little finger technique exercise that has a lot of arpeggio action going on. So if you're really good at ear training, you can just hear the notes that I'm playing too. But anyways, let me demonstrate and let me say what they talk about. So the description says, focus on moving your fingers as little as possible, staying relaxed throughout your shoulders and arms, and play it at 3 speeds. One that feels slow, one that feels good, and one that really pushes your technique. So this is a great way of doing technique things. And this is exactly how I recommend sort of practicing fast technical music, where you have to move your fingers really fast. You need to go super, super, super slow that you can really focus on everything that you need to focus on, finger motion, quality of sound. It's slow enough that you don't have to worry about the notes and you can spend all of your attention on the good stuff. Then the good tempo, the sort of middle tempo, is, again, it's easy to play. You're super comfortable. Everything can stay relaxed. You still have some brain space to think about all other things, but the rhythm starts to really flow. That's sort of the point of that middle tempo, is good flow, good groupings to the rhythms, and great clarinet playing that we maintain from the slow version. And then the pushing your technique is in your technical music. That's where you start to bump up closer and closer to tempo. And hopefully you can play at the tempo comfortably, and pushing your technique is faster than that. And by doing finger exercises like this, where you really push like past your comfortable realm, that'll sort of train you to get used to staying more or less in control, but calm and relaxed as best you can, going at uncomfortably fast speeds. So I'm actually going to do this with my metronome on my Soundbrenner core. And the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to just set the metronome at 100. Hopefully that'll be a good tempo. I might have to adjust, but I'm going to set it at 100. I'm going to play it once with 100 being the eighth notes, once with 100 being the quarter notes, and then once with 100 being the half notes, and see if I'm able to keep up. That tempo might be a little too extreme, but let me check real quick. Yeah, that's probably too fast for the fastest tempo, and actually a little too fast for the slowest tempo. It's pretty comfortable for the slowest tempo, but I'm gonna go, let's go with 92, and that should be manageable. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. You can also not do it where you don't change the metronome. Sometimes I like to be lazy and just let the metronome go. But if you want to do like 50 for your super slow, 80 for your comfortable, and like 110, 112, 120 for your fast speed, that works too. I'm also not going to play the whole thing because it gets a little long with all 3 versions. So I'm just going to do the first 4 measures just for you to have an idea of how this goes. So this is the slow tempo, focusing on perfect finger motion, really relaxed, everything relaxed, good sound quality, all of the important stuff. And I'm going to do it one more time, or maybe just the last two. I felt like I was moving my fingers a lot because I have time to move my fingers a lot. So I'm going to try to keep them a little bit closer and a little better. And this is slow enough that as I went on, I sort of got used to the pattern, didn't have to think about the notes at all, and started really thinking about like the quality of sound, how relaxed I was, how easy everything was, and great fingers, of course. Now I'm going to do the middle tempo, and this is all about rhythmic flow while maintaining the comfort and ease and quality of everything. And you notice that when I actually went to the downbeat of the next measure because the rhythm was flowing that way, so it was just natural to go that way. I probably should have done that on the slow one, but I wasn't thinking of in that zone on the slow one. So it's a perfect example of how the different tempos give a sort of different feel to the music and to the fingers. This might be a little fast even for a middle tempo. Like it was on the verge of not having enough relaxation or enough time to concentrate and think about all of the other things. I was a little bit having to focus on just keeping up, but that was decent. Now I'm going to try it at double that tempo again. So I'm keeping my metronome on 92 and having it go as the half note. So this is really pushing the technique. And for this purpose, you want to push so it's uncomfortable. That's the point of this one, is like going as fast as you can, trying to stay as in control as possible and definitely relaxed as possible. There's no excuse to get tense, but you may get just a touch out of control and make a little bit mistakes. And that's how you know you're really pushing your technique. So let's try that one. So that was really pushing it. And you can see I made quite a lot of mistakes. When you're practicing your technical music, you can do it this way where you like really push it every now and then. Don't feel like you need to do this a lot because you don't want to train yourself to be in that panic, fast note freak out, just play as fast as you can mode. But it's great for sort of testing your technique and just getting used to going a little faster than you're comfortable. And then you can back it off to like the actual tempo, and then it'll be really easy and really comfortable. So thanks so much to the Digital Clarinet Academy for sharing this great little warm-up thing. Again, click the links in the description if you're on YouTube or Facebook, and probably now Instagram, because you're probably watching a replay of this at this point. So I'll have it in the Instagram description as well, so you can follow that. Although it's hard to click links on Instagram anyways, but check out the original post, because there's not just this exercise, but there's also some general tips, some long tones, some articulation, all the good stuff. Is a really wonderful post that I was really excited to see, because you know how much I love warm-ups. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next week on the next live weekly warm-up.